So I made every enemy in Elden Ring invisible, and this means no knowing where the enemies are, and no knowing when to dodge. And I set the goal to defeat Morgoth, and this may sound simple, but it ends up taking so many hours to complete. So let's see how this goes. I've got this. I just go in. Alright, I think my timing was a little bit off there. Audio cue dot. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice that this enemy is holding a torch. Allows me to kind of figure out where they are. No runes. Let's hope that this enemy not dropping any runes isn't a sign of any serious issues within the mod. Wait, the horse is invisible too. Now this is a speedrunner tactic, just go super mode and start flying. Anyways, that's enough having fun. It's time to strategize, and I had the idea to fight a giant to see what the issues would be with fighting a boss. And in this footage, just try to keep track of where the giant is. Oh, I think I went past them. Oop. Ooh. How do they get behind me or something? Ooh. They're moving around so much more now. I've rewatched this footage like 20 times, and I still don't fully know where the giant is. So, to make this a little easier, I want to get a weapon with the largest attack hitboxes possible in order to maximize the odds that I hit the boss. So I tried the Grand Epee, but it really only attacks forward with no side to side. So I went and got a whip. Whips have one of the biggest attack hitboxes in the whole game. Light attacks go like and then the heavy attacks go like they go crazy mode with like huge hitboxes. So I upgraded the whip and went to Margit. I can like see their footstep particles. Ooh. Ooh. Why are they running? Slow down. Like I have to tank so many of these attacks. Wait. Hidden. I looked in the wrong direction because I can't lock on. Alright, I've got to use my secret weapon. Emotional damage rocks. 1 damage. I only have 11 of these. So Margit is real difficult with these physical attacks that just come out of nowhere. And I could get good at this boss, but instead I'm gonna head over to Liurnia, because there all of the major bosses are magical, and it seems that I can see magic. So I headed to Liurnia and got upgrade materials, kind donations, and also I thought of a new strategy. I realized that when I'm poisoned, I'm making particles. So that way, if I were to poison a boss, they might make particles too and allow me to keep track of them. So I decided to pick up some fool's gold to craft some poison pots, which I can now test out on the Red Wolf of Ragadan. They're right here. They're right there. Did I get them? I think I got them. I got them. I can see them a little bit. I need to heal though. Alright, this effect is very short though, so... Red Wolf of Ragadan, more like Red Mist of Ragadan. They're not even a mist anymore. So, the poison effect helps, but it doesn't last for very long. So, I want to get a different type of poison that lasts for longer. So, I went ahead and stubbornly threw myself at the boss for 30 minutes, expecting it to start working. And of course, it didn't. But eventually, I did head over to Caelid to get a better method of applying poison. Poison. Oh, I'm out of healing. Poison, finish him off, please. Back out. Poison, you can do this. No, the poison ended. We're like 3 hits away. Just, where are they? Yes. Yes. Whoa. Finally. Wait, why isn't... Oh no. The mod must be messing up their ability to... No. No, my mod. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to reload the game. I'm gonna quit game and reload it, and hopefully the game will, like, process it or something. Finish the boss battle. Ooh! It worked! So, the fact that I have to reload the game to successfully beat a boss really isn't a good sign for the functionality of the mod, but I still end up beating the boss in the end, so it's probably fine. Now that I've gotten more HP from the Red Wolf of Ragadan, I decide to head back to Margit. Okay, they're poisoned. What, they just instantly got not poisoned. As soon as I was like, oh, I can just wait for them to get poisoned and just run away. Alright, just out-poise them. Oh. Just attack. Yes. Alright, now I just have to reload the game and I have won. Don't say I didn't process. I totally got them. So it turns out the mod wasn't fine, and now I'm gonna have to fix it. And I have literally like no experience with modding a game, and also, I didn't even make the original mod by myself. Zero Tanashi told me that if you change this one very specific value to this one very specific number, it'll make the enemies invisible. And I have literally no idea how that worked. So my experience of trying to fix the mod would be like, I change the parameter, see nothing happens. Change the parameter, see nothing happens. Change the parameter, wait, I can't see the enemies. Oh, it turns out I just accidentally deleted every enemy from the game. Change a parameter, see nothing happens. Change a parameter, see nothing happens. Change a parameter, wait, I can't see the enemies. And enemy death seems to be functional. And somehow, through pure guessing, I managed to fix the mod. So now that I've gotten a V2 version of the mod, I decided to go after the next big boss, Renal. Okay, this boss fight was really boring. Essentially, this was a normal Renala fight, because all of Renala's attacks are magic, meaning I could just dodge those normally, and then Renala's footsteps are constantly visible too, meaning there's no confusion over where Renala is. But the next boss, Godric, will definitely be affected by this mod, because Godric has mostly physical moves, meaning I won't be able to see or tell when to dodge. So let's see how this fight goes. Okay, this fight was also really boring. Essentially, I overleveled Godric and nothing interesting happened. But surely, the Draconic Tree Sentinel will give me some trouble. Ugh. They're doing so much more damage than Godric. Right, I bet they're like not able to attack right now or something. They're doing like a third of my HP bar. They kinda just try to guess when they're done. No. I did no damage. This boss is horrible. There's literally no signifier that they're about to attack. There's no particles, there's no audio, there's no smell. The attacks just come out of nowhere. So I thought, if I can't dodge the attacks, then what if I block them? Shield saves me once again. Shield. Shield power. Ugh. I had no idea they were gonna... So the Draconic Tree Sentinel just hits too hard to have enough stamina to effectively block. So I decided to look into other ways of avoiding taking damage. One thing I learned is that when the boss runs forward, it tells you that they're going to do this one swing attack that I can now dodge. But that's just one of the attacks. I want to be able to avoid all of them. So I thought of something. It's a little bit harder to be hit by the boss if I'm not near the boss. So I decided to pick up the Ice-Rend Hatchet. This weapon allows me to hit the boss from a distance, and its attack cone is so large that I don't have to be precisely aimed at the boss. Wait, did that just only do 5 damage? Okay, well if multiple of them hit, it'll do more, right? Alright, 34... This isn't that good. It's actually not doing that much damage. Okay, but I still think some of the strategy behind the Icewind Hatchet will work. So I picked up the Glintstone Arc, which also attacks in a big cone, and Rock Sling, because it throws 3 rocks, which hopefully is a good chance of hitting the boss. So let's see how these new spells do. How much damage did that do? I don't know. The poison... Ooh. 82 damage from that one. What about from this one? 106. I think Glintstone Arc is the play here. Oh, they're going magic mode. I got them down to half. Wait, they're lightning now. I just always know where they are. I don't need the poison phase 2. I can just kind of see. Okay, so the Glintstone Arc works well if it's hard to miss attack and passable damage. So I decided to do more attempts mainly using this weapon, but I started to run into a roadblock with the second phase. This move is almost impossible to dodge. In a normal playthrough, you'll be able to see the boss move their shield down, telling you it's time to dodge. When the enemy is invisible, I get nothing. I kinda just have to guess when to dodge this move, and it's rarely correct because of how tight the timing is. So each attempt would go like, I spend 3 minutes slowly chipping away at the boss's health of Glintstone Arc, carefully keeping my distance, and then phase 2 begins and I just get blown up. So after like 2 hours of this trying to learn the timing, I decide that even though the Glintstone Arc may work well, something else may work better. So I decided to look around on the wiki for another magic spell to use, and I found the Carrion Greatsword. This spell does a great big sweep of damage, allowing me to have a higher chance of hitting the boss, and it may also do good damage. That's good damage, but am I able to dodge? No. Alright, it doesn't have like the biggest range. Alright, finding a window for this is kinda hard, but it does do good damage. No. So the Carrion Greatsword works well. It has a high success rate of hitting the boss, and it also does like twice as much damage as the Glintstone Arc. So seeing I'm now using magic moves, I decided to respec to be more optimized for magic, and now I've strategized, I've preparatized, and now it's time to gamingized. Ooh. No, it's this. Oh, I healed twice. What was... No, the particles like looked different. No. No. I have no HP. No. No, I'm just a normal statue, you know? I'm allowed in, right? I still have my key card. Let me in. One more healing. Yes, they're so low. They're really low. I'm out of mana. Okay, I can... No. I need to switch the sword. And I just attack. Yes. Finally. So that was a nice brisk 7 hours spent on a boss fight. Anyways, the next boss is Fake Godfrey. And this is another boss that when invisible, they have no signifier that they're about to attack. So instead of dealing with that, I decided to run away and just use Glintstone Arc. It's really boring, but I'm not doing another Draconic Tree Sentinel. And so the next boss is Morgoth, and I decided to just do an attempt and see how it goes. Opening start. Well, I can see... Alright, I can see the magic moves. Oh, nope, that is not a good time. This is really not a good time either. So Morgott is another horrible boss, and one of the biggest reasons why is that Morgott attacks very quickly. This means there's essentially no windows for me to use the Carrion Grander, which is my main source of damage. But I thought of a way around this. If I can get out of Morgott's range, then I'll never have to wait for a window. So I decided to pick up the Carrion Piercer. This is essentially the Carrion Grander except with one more Elden unit of range, which will hopefully allow me to get some free hits in. And now this is a window, I think. I guess that isn't a window, they're just too fast. Wait. So the Carrion Piercer just really doesn't have enough range to be able to get free hits on Morgott. So right now, looking at what's been working, the most ideal move would be to look for some other magic spells I could easily try out in order to see if one of them works well. But instead, I decided to go get a new seal, upgrade that seal to +7, respec my character, collect 5 Deathroot, and do Gronk's questline in order to get the Beast Claw incantation, which I have no idea if it's even gonna work. Let's see how this new incantation goes. It does have a bit of a ludicrous range. It didn't hit for much. What? How did they get over there? What was... So, the Beast Claw incantation just really doesn't do that much damage, and because Morgott is able to run, you're never really able to fully outrange them. So I decided to respec back to the original intelligence build, and in this respec, I decided to give my character a lot less HP, and less HP is basically always a bad idea in Elden Ring, but I had some logic. I thought that if I have less HP, I'll be at full HP more, meaning if I use the Ritual Shield Talisman, every time I heal, I'll be getting a free hit. But as it turns out, my logic was absolute garbage, because it turns out the Ritual Shield Talisman only gives a 30% damage protection, not 100%, and also, it turns out Morgott attacks in long combos and not like the occasional mega hit, meaning it's more like I'm getting a 7% damage protection, so less HP was literally a horrible idea, and it was never gonna work. But of course, I still did a ton of attempts of this just expecting it to start working for no reason, but eventually I did come to my senses and decided to give my character more HP. Oh wait, never mind. Instead, I decided to go pick up a new spell, the Carrion Slicer, because the Carrion Slicer is a much faster attack speed than the Carrion Piercer, which would hopefully allow me to get some more free hits in. So let's see if this new spell is able to counteract my low HP. Ooh. Yes, we're gonna get a pretty good combo here. Phase 2, I don't even really know all their moves, so they go crazy here. Ooh, big damage. Ooh, the guys are whatever. Ooh. No, I thought they were gonna like do a normal move or something. Alright, so guys are... No. So the Carrion Slicer's faster attack speed does work well. So I was like, I got close that one time, I'll just do some more attempts and I'll totally beat Morgott. And as it turns out, that first attempt was probably a statistical anomaly, because I never got that close again. Likely due to the fact that I still don't have enough HP. But I still kept doing a ton of attempts though, just expecting to randomly do well again. But luckily, when recording something this long, I have to record it over the course of multiple days. So I came back the next day with a fresh mind and a fresh logic, and I made the clear, smart, direct decision to go try out a new spell. The spell I decided to try out was the Carrion Phalanx, because when the boss approaches, the little magic swords would automatically target them, which would help me know where they are and help me dodge. So now perhaps this spell will balance out my low HP. Ooh. Yeah, okay, thanks for telling me where they are, Golden Phalanx. Big damage. Oh, okay. One blade Phalanx literally just protected me there. Whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. Oh. I think this is it. This is the end. So, the Carrion Phalanx is pretty helpful, with its auto-targeting abilities doing damage and telling me where the boss is. And so with this new spell, despite my still very limited HP, some of my attempts started to go well. Where are they at? Oh, phase 2. Ooh. Big damage. Ooh. Evil. That sword goes crazy in the end. So after this attempt, I decided to once again not go get more HP, and instead went and got another strategy. And the strategy I thought of sounds completely crazy, but I thought it was worth a shot. I decided to equip all of the heaviest armor I had, switch all of my talisman to defense, and then because I was overloaded, I would use quick step to move around. And the idea behind this was to completely bypass the concept of having a safe window to attack, because I'd have enough defense to just tank through Morgoth's attacks and then spam the Carrion Slicer. So essentially, instead of waiting for a window to attack, I'm creating the window myself. So let's see how this strategy goes. I know I just combo him. No need for skill, no need for dodging. All that I need is the ability to tank, and I need to... Oh, I just... Combo. What even is the damage? No. Ooh, quick step. Ooh. I am draining through FP, but this is somehow minutely working. Combo. Alright. Being able to tank through phase 2 will be much harder, because their attacks do a lot more... Somehow, this strategy, where I'm literally overloaded, is kinda working. So, I decided to do some more attempts of this strategy. Phase 2, you just... That's the wrong move. No, I just quick step and hope it somehow works. Just tanking. Ooh. I'm just gonna dodge. I'm just gonna stand dodge. I cannot see. I'm just gonna tank through it. Yes, I did it. The tank strategies worked. But you might have noticed that Morgoth didn't successfully die at the end, meaning I'd switch back to the older version of the mod. And why would I switch back to a less superior version of the mod? Well, it turns out the V2 version of the mod really wasn't flawless. In fact, it turns out that while I was using the V2 version of the mod, I had been pulling a dream Minecraft, because the new mod I'd made had been quietly disabling some enemy hitboxes, like Ronaldo's forward spinning attack thing, and some of Godric's attacks too, and it had done this extremely subtly, to the point where I hadn't noticed until I'd made it to Morgoth, where it was more noticeable. So a majority of the boss fights are invalid, and I failed the challenge. Overall, this entire video kinda fell apart. I spent way too much time on those boss fights, the mod completely broke, and Bushy posted a video doing the exact same challenge while I was making this, which kinda makes it seem like I copied the idea. But even if this kinda fell apart, I still had fun playing the challenge and making the video, and remember, playtest your mod for more than 30 seconds.